Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This video is going to be doing my overall review of The Walking Dead Season 3. Okay, so a great season. It was probably, I would say, the best season of The Walking Dead so far. I think you could say that. I mean, some people might like Season 2 or Season 1 better. I don't really know how anyone actually, when I say that, could really like Season 1 a lot more than Season 3. I mean, it was so much shorter. It was only, 6 episodes. So I think you can probably rule Season 1 out right off the bat as being one of the better seasons. Season 2 definitely stepped it up as we got to see some more episodes in that season. And Season 3 even more. Now, even though they added on an extra few episodes and we got 16 episodes in Season 3, just like we're going to get in Season 4, I feel like they've done a really good job at not, stepping down in terms of quality. I was really worried about them starting to, because they're adding on so many, they're doing so many, starting to put in filler episodes or episodes that are really just there to kind of, tide us over or fill up the season. Luckily for Season 3, they really didn't do that. So we'll take a look episode by episode, and I'll give you my thoughts on each one, what I thought, maybe some highlights, and how the season all ties together. So right off the bat, we start with Season 3, Episode 1, which was called Seed. Now, this was a really good episode, I think. Lori being just before her pregnancy, just at the end there. And the group finally finding the prison and clearing it out. Very exciting episode. Probably the highlights for me would be some of the zombie kills in that episode. Rick using the machete going in hand to hand was pretty exciting. All the walkers at the prison was really exciting too. The the riot gear stuff with Maggie finding out how to tilt their heads back and kill them from underneath was very cool. So I think that was a great season premiere. Maybe not quite as good as the Season 2 premiere. But definitely an amazing premiere, I thought, overall. And I could see if people like that premiere better than the Season 2 premiere. Going on from there, we got Sick. Now, this episode I actually thought was better than the season premiere. I thought they stepped it up even more with the prisoners at the at the prison and everything that happens with them. I thought that was really exciting, with obviously the holy shit moment being where Rick, uses the machete on Thomas and just splits him wide. That was a great scene. Very, very cool. Obviously setting things up with Andrew, looking like he's dead. And then, of course, as we know afterwards, coming back, which was pretty surprising. Not a lot of people called that. I mean, some people, the saying is if you don't see them die in comic books or movies or anything like that, then they're not actually dead, which, as we could see in this one, held very, very well. So that episode 2, Sick, I thought was, one of the best episodes we've ever had, The Walking Dead. Very exciting. A lot of character development for Rick in that episode and what he has to do. Very exciting scenes with the walkers. There was some comedy mixed in there too with the prisoners not knowing how to kill walkers. It was just a really fun episode. I liked it a lot. Then we cut over to Walk With Me, episode 3. So this is the one where we finally meet the governor and a focus on Andrea and Michonne with the helicopter and everything like that. Now, I really enjoyed this episode because it's a good introduction to the governor. This is like the governor's episode. This is like his episode, 100%, and us just kind of getting to know him. By the end of this episode, most people after watching have a pretty good idea, I would think, of who the governor is, what he's about, and are starting to kind of be really amped up for the season and what's going to happen later on. So I thought that was a fantastic episode as well. Really, really good. Going on from there, Killer Within. So this episode was crazy. This was a crazy, crazy episode. In retrospect, them killing off both Lori and T-Dog in the same episode was mind-blowing. It was. But I think they probably should have waited a bit. Maybe kept that in reserve for later. I think they probably should have killed Lori. That's fine. But then T-Dog, they probably should have kept him alive for a little while longer and had him die off later on in the season to keep the excitement going and maybe have it happen, when they kill Axel off. Maybe in and around there or sometime later on, just in a few episodes, have some other event happen and have T-Dog get killed off, because we went for a while there without any character deaths from Rick's group from there all the way up until episode 10, which was Home, which we'll get to in a minute. But it was a really exciting episode. Killer Within, definitely one of the highlights of the season. And the ending of it with Rick and the acting by Andrew Lincoln, Definitely probably the highlight of the season right there, or one of the highlights for sure. So that episode was amazing. Moving on from there, Say the Word. Things start to slow down a little bit again, but are still interesting. Let's see here. The governor hosts a picnic party, so we're getting a little bit more time with the governor. And a little bit more time with Andrew and all that. And then, let's see, Rick's starting to, he hasn't quite lost it yet, but he's starting to. And that episode to me kind of, I don't even remember it all that well right off the bat. So I would say that's an okay episode, but obviously it has to slow down a little bit after Killer Within. Then we go to Hounded. Now this episode I like a lot because this is the episode where you have Merle and he's chasing after Michonne with the go back thing at the beginning. This was a great episode, really exciting, I think, and leading on to the next plot line for the next couple episodes where Glenn and Maggie are captured and brought back to Woodbury, which was very exciting as well. So that was all good. I really enjoyed all of those scenes. Then we had the mid-season finale where Rick comes in to rescue them, and the cliffhanger with both Daryl and Merle, which was good as well. I like that as a cliffhanger. I thought it was really, really good, really exciting, and definitely got people amped because when the season started back up again, the views went up like crazy. It was 12.26 million, which was the highest they'd ever had up until this point. I think the finale beat it, but so that episode was really good coming back from, the Suicide King coming back from that. Just sort of setting everything up for the rest of the season, so that was cool. And then Home. Home might be, I don't want to say it's better than the finale, but it was really, really exciting, especially how they shoot it so that you don't realize it's going to happen as it's happening, and then boom, Axel gets his head blown off, and all the gunshots going off, the excitement, everything like that. For me, that would have to be the second, highlight of the season. So the first would be Episode 4 with Lori and T-Dog's death, and then Home for me would be the next one that was really like mind-blowing. And that might be my favorite, or one of my favorite episodes in all The Walking Dead, especially, the fight scene at the end. I was thinking in the finale we were going to see something like that, even bigger, with lots of firing back and forth and characters being sort of pinned down and stuff like that, which probably would have added the finale and made it even better. But definitely that episode sticks out to me as one of the best. Then we have I Ain't a Judas, which was a cool episode because we're getting to see Merle and how he's going to fit in with the group and all of that. So that was good, and the plot, obviously goes forward and everything. So that was a pretty decent episode too. Not quite as good as Home, kind of a calming down after that, but still very good. Then we had Clear. Now this one definitely is a highlight for me for the season. Some people might, think of it as sort of like filler, but I thought this episode was, if it's not, it's got to be in the top 5, I think, for the best Walking Dead episodes ever. This for me was the third highlight for the season. So for me, the highlights would be Killer Within with Lori and T-Dog, then Home with the governor attacking, then Clear. I thought that was just, wow, that was a great episode. A perfect episode. Pretty much one of the best we've ever seen of The Walking Dead, and probably my favorite episode from season 3, or one of them, one of the top 3 for sure. That was a great episode. Then we go on to Arrow on the Doorpost. You guys, if you saw my review, you know what I thought about that one. I did not care for that one too much. And then there was Prey. Prey was a decent episode, but a lot of people don't like episodes where you have just the governor and Andrew and you don't have Rick's group involved. I still thought it was exciting, still thought it was good, but definitely wasn't one of the best episodes of the season. It was fun, it was exciting, and it was well done. Especially the ending I liked a lot, but I can definitely see that it wasn't one of the better episodes in the season. Then we come to This Sorrowful Life, and then the finale, Welcome to the Tombs. So I like to look at the finale of the season as like being both of those episodes. If I had to say which one I like better, I actually like This Sorrowful Life better than Welcome to the Tombs. Especially the fight scene at the end, the whole Merle attacking thing. I thought that episode was brilliant. It was unexpected, aside from it being leaked online. And that just played out beautifully, wonderful, and it was really, really exciting. So that, again, for me, would be another highlight of the season. And then finally, the finale, a very good season finale. Some people were really disappointed with it. I'd say I was a little bit, but that's just because my expectations for the series are too high. I acknowledge that, They're just too high. They probably, for something like this on TV, first of all, nothing, in my opinion, can compete with it in terms of excitement and everything like that. And the only thing it's really competing with is itself. The Season 2 finale was so amazing that the Season 3 finale, I felt like, was a little bit of a letdown. But small things that could have fixed it. A longer fight between the groups would have made it better. Maybe having Andrea live instead of what happened with her at the end would have made it a little bit better for me anyway. I think a lot of you guys wanted to see her die, so whatever. But there was just some few different things. But anyway, if you guys want to see more in depth of each of these, my thoughts on them, feel free to watch the reviews. They're pretty lengthy. They're pretty in depth. But just to go over season 3 as a whole, I did love the season. Thought it was great. Started off extremely strong. Really got good in the middle again, and then of course the finale and Home, Clear, and then This Sorrowful Life and Welcome to the Tombs. Amazing season, definitely. So I loved it. It's my favorite season of The Walking Dead ever. I think at this point it did beat out season 2 in terms of excitement and everything like that. And it definitely overall was not a disappointment, even if the season finale might have been a little bit of a disappointment. But that's only because the rest of the season was so good that it might have been a little bit let down for people because of how good everything was leading up to it. The finale, the final conclusion of the battle and everything, which is not completely over yet. Maybe that's another reason why people didn't like it too much. But I thought it was good enough. It was great by itself, and you want to see the governor come back again because he's a great character. He's very exciting, and by the end of season 4, I'm sure they'll probably kill him off because they can't keep him around for that long. So anyway, those are my thoughts of The Walking Dead season 3 as a whole. It's basically almost perfect as a season. It's more than we could pretty much ask for, and my favorite season of a TV series ever. So anyway, that's it for this video, guys. I'll call it here. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, and I'm saying peace.